I've mentioned that I've been doing this meditation cycle that is driven by a very specific topic, and it's so all encompassing. Um, Sometimes it's hard for me to penetrate. It takes me first I make sure that I experience it just experientially, like not totally focusing. I had a video on that earlier this week on the actual content, but letting myself kind of take in what strikes me, what I feel in my body, what I notice come up for me, and then I listen to it again and extract what I need to. And today's was so dense, and so the things that I already believe, it attempts to, and I'll link the link to the website that gives you kind of a primer, but it attempts to codify time, space, the relativity of history, and the absolute nature of the divine. So there you go in a nutshell. And there are places that it's very easy for me to penetrate. I can go right in and I feel it enter me like that. Like I totally get it. I get it bodily. I get it spiritually. It sinks right in. And then there are times where it's not that I'm resistant, but like my vibration doesn't match, right? And I feel it kind of come up against me and it doesn't necessarily sink in as easy. And I think I was going to talk about the content of today, but I'm going to do that another day. But what I'm finding comes up for me is the nature of that divine vibration that's a very fine, precise vibration. And it's that state where all of my ancient knowledge and wisdom that's buried in me generationally from my ancestors just comes right out. And that may sound woo woo, but it's actually not. And I'll tell you why. Because we all have, and I said this yesterday too, like that's why all of these things keep coming up and are so relevant. We all possess already the secrets we encoded in our bodies and our DNA, or everything we were brought here to do in this body, in this particular time and space. And our job is to get as clear as we can, to do the work to get as clear as we can, to share what we are supposed to. And the closer we get, the higher the vibration, so the higher the messages that come in that unlock us from the things that are trying to shake loose, quite literally shake loose. And when your vibration is at that fine pitch, it's when you can have a sense of the divine within you. I am nothing if not a complete ball of humanity. Like, I am the most imperfect. Like there is nothing about me that is perfect, and I kind of revel in that. I strive for excellence, but I am not perfect. I am quite human on the daily, all the time. And what my work has allowed me to do is to at least check in with that and find out what's actual feelings, what's projection, what's a habit, what's generational and not even mine that I'm acting out. So I absolutely own and really honor my humanity, where before I used to really kind of come down on it quite critically. Not that that doesn't mean you hold yourself to a standard, but you have to laugh. Like you can't take yourself too seriously, which I definitely used to do. And now it's like, okay, that's how you really want to go around that. Okay, I have empathy for you, but you're doing it the hard way. But the flip side of that is that with the ownership of your humanity, you also get blessed with the ownership of your divinity. And if you are not taking care of yourself, how can that not be disrespectful to your creator? Your creator imbued you with all these things that they felt that you embody quite clearly, quite literally. And for you to treat yourself with less honor and blessing than your creator does is a disservice to that relationship. So, the more that you heal and can accept and embrace your humanity while striving for excellence, the more the divine part of you will be able to step into the light. And that's really where enlightenment comes from. Enlightenment, I absolutely do not believe only comes to a monk on a mountain. I think we can be enlightened all day, every day. It basically means to allow yourself to stay in the student beginner's mind and to be open to the possibility of new things coming in, and to be aware of your nature that is absolutely holds the paradox of being the most imperfect human and the most beautiful, perfect embodiment that your creator made in your image, that God made you specifically exactly that way. And so, I guess what I invite you to think about and bring up today is I want you to close your eyes for a moment, put your feet on the ground, uncross your legs. I'm uncrossing mine. And let yourself feel what's going on inside your body. And see if you can start to feel any sort of pulse. Now, I'm not the most intuitive with vibration. I'm not. I just know when I'm high and low. I know when things are bouncing off me. I know when I'm absolutely logy and can't get started. But just being able to kind of tune inward and take some cues from your body is kind of the first step for that. Or maybe you find you tune in and you can pick it up like that. You might just have that gift, in which I encourage you to nurture that on the daily. So if you can tune in with yourself today and find a little bit of the state of your internal pulse, that will give you just a little bit of a clue. Are you skewing to humanity or are you skewing to divinity? And wherever the balance is never perfect. It's always going to slide back and forth. But I encourage you to look at those things today. And that has absolutely been what has come up for me in this big way this morning. And I will see you tomorrow.